what's up, people? My name is Mr. Filthy, and this is Ryan, and we are recording the Friday Night SmackDown, May 25th edition. We are in Fort Worth, Texas, and we start off this SmackDown with some Fatu action, talking shit to Roman and his family, talking about he's about to level up. And then we got Jey Uso's bitch ass coming out with his tribal queef licking, booty hole sucking, fucking dragging his brother down ass fucking.
Just fucking this, fucking that.
We probably swore too much in the first 5 minutes for YouTube's algorithm, but now we ain't gonna get seen, but whatever. Fucking Jey Uso. The meat rider himself, all of a sudden, despite the fact that he spent like 6 months getting out from underneath Roman Reigns' heel, is now directly back underneath his fucking boot.
And why? Because it was a good storyline and we had to reuse things to get views. That's why.
Instead of making a new storyline or something like a new one, we're just gonna, or at least building it into like the old one in a way that actually makes sense. We're just gonna start it all over again, mid fucking everything.
And where I was confused was when Jimmy came out and he's like, yo, join the family and don't step to Roman. And then he asked Jay for his opinion, and Jay says, nah, it's too late because you already stepped up. So why did... I don't understand. Because Jimmy literally said, I speak for both of us when I say it. Clearly you don't. Clearly you don't, bro. Because Jay does not agree with you.
Yeah, Jay's
so we're like 5 minutes into the show, and I already have a fucking headache because that doesn't make any sense. And he's like, oh, if you want Roman's respect, you got to walk up to him and be ready for war. And then for some reason, the MFT come out.
And he says, oh, you're going to go to war with Roman. Well, you're going to need an army. And I got an army. But it's like, he couldn't even beat... Or, Tonga comes out and takes the mic from Solo, basically acting like he's going to turn on the fam at some point again.
Yeah. The only good point... The only good point Solo made was the first thing he said when he told Jacob, I brought you here when nobody else wanted you around. That was it.
The other Usos didn't bring him in. They could have. Roman could have at any point.
Yeah. But they didn't. Yeah, so you're saying Tama, snatched the mic from Solo, and he's like, why are we here? Because he's a lost cause. And he's like, you think he can beat Roman? He can't even beat you. And then Fatu just super kicked his head off.
Immediately. And Solo didn't even try to fight or nothing. He was just like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
He just held Tongaloa and JC Mateo back. He was just like, nope. This is fine. He's being an asshole to me the past couple weeks. He's bullying me. He's got kicked. It's fine. Let it go.
Basically just like, oh, no, yeah, it makes sense. He deserved that.
I mean, he kind of did, to be fair. Plus, like, don't be like that.
So probably like, this motherfucker's disrespecting me again. Kick him.
For real. And then Fatu said, I shouldn't be talking to y'all. I should be talking to Roman. And he says, you think I can't beat you? Then tonight, it's you and me. And, whips his hair back and forth with his body shake thing. And I mean, it's fun.
Roman, but again, Roman is supposedly not part-time, but where is he?
I guess by part-time, he meant I'm only going to show up on my show, and I'm champion of Raw, so I'm only going to show up on Raw.
Yeah, but I feel like the world champions go back and forth to each show.
Well, I guess because, I don't know, I don't know what Cody's doing.
Cody's been all over Raw, he's been all over SmackDown,
I was going to say I was disappointed, but we'll get to that when we get there. We had like 3 championship matches for the first 3 matches. Well, I don't know what the second match was. I mean, Wade Barrett made it sound like it was, but they didn't say it was. I don't know. Anyway, we see Julia backstage, and she's hinting at some kind of anger at Kiana where they're doing like an interview together. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, they're very angry with each other. I don't know why. I guess because she didn't get a match at WrestleMania. I don't know how that's Kiana James's fault, but according to Julia, it is. So they actually build off on a story they told us last week, and we actually get Tiffany Straton versus Julia for the Women's United States Championship because Tiffany Straton beat was Jordan Grace last week. So nice to see that continuity exists within TKO's version of things, as much as that pains me to say. James gets involved. Stratton pulls her up on the apron and moves. Julia knocks her off. Stratton hits an Alabama slam and the prettiest moonsault ever, and Stratton is the new U.S. champion.
Yes, sir. Which
How do you
everybody
feel?
saw coming because the other one was unentertaining as fuck.
And I don't know if it's lack of pushing her or lack of title defenses or lack of. I mean, what? I mean, they can't even say they don't push her. She's just more of a tag team wrestler. It's just,
And
I don't
it's like,
know.
there's a chick who speaks perfectly fine English, but then is still cutting promos in Japanese as if we want that.
They need to just. I'm fine with the people that don't speak English as first language, but can you try? Can you put some subtitles? Can you do
I'll
something?
be honest, I'm not. There's a reason why I don't watch AAA. There's a reason why I don't watch New Japan. I mean, there probably are great matches to watch, but I would only watch the matches. I don't care for their promo. I don't want to read subtitles. If I wanted to watch anime, I'd go fucking watch anime.
Yeah, well, I get that, but it's like, I mean, they should know how to speak English, but the English is that bad.
Well, WWE just shouldn't hire people who can't speak English. The whole part of like being an American wrestler is you need to cut promos.
Yeah, especially when you're in a big company like that. Like, if you're in AAA or in New Japan, it's fine because that's what it's expected.
And just on your part, you look like a fucking asshole when you can't speak the language, even though you've been in the company for years.
This is true. This is very accurate, actually. Speaking of people who can speak perfect English, we see Dan Hausen at the Miz's house, and I got to tell you what, if this isn't a perfect segment of comedy gold between two people who clearly are enjoying this feud, point me in the direction of something that is, but still within the realm of wrestling. Because you ain't gonna find.
Danhausen more funny than Santino Marella? Question mark.
I was literally gonna say this dude's the greatest thing since Santino Marella, and I mean that. Well, I don't know because Danhausen's actually a better wrestler. I feel like.
That's fair.
Anyway, he's got a map that says Miz's house on it, and he like knocking on the door, and every time Miz looks away, he like transports to a different like part of his house, and he finds them in the pool. Yes, in the pool, and Miz freaks out, and he tries to fight him, and he moves out of the way, and Miz flies into his pool. It's funny. I I don't even know what else to say. It's just funny. And then it
From
said
his
to be
pool.
continued, so that was part one. What did you say?
That view from his pool was like ugly and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, like golfers down there, and apparently Allegiant Stadium was over there too. So like, it was, you know, it's a house. It's Mrs. House.
It's just desert everywhere. I was just like, oh, I'm surprised you want to look at that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Nevada is actually like mostly desert
Yeah, no, it's
until
just
like,
desert.
yeah, there's not much there until you get to Lake Vegas.
If you
um,
played the game Fallout, it's basically like that.
that's crazy. I didn't even. I don't know. I guess GTA San Andreas had a perfect representation in the desert area
That's
before you
one
got
thing I was
to
mad
Los
about.
Venturas, which was Vegas.
That's one thing I was mad about. They didn't have the three sections of California. They only had basically the two. Because
Yeah.
They had San Francisco in the first one. They had Las Vegas in the second one. Or I mean in the first one as well. And then they also had fucking the main like California area.
Well, all GTAs kind of did that. They were kind of like in one state, and then the last town was always like a neighboring state.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm saying they
like
had two towns basically in San Andreas, and they only have one basically now in the new one.
yeah, the GTA 5 is just like the state of San Andreas, which
and they didn't even do it cool enough. They went up into Nevada, but they didn't give you Vegas. They just gave you the fucking desert area. I'm like,
yeah, they just
that's
gave
what
you
we
like
wanted.
they didn't give you Vegas, they gave you everything around it.
Yeah, at least give me fucking San Francisco then instead. Like, goddamn, bro.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we even got that in San Andreas. We even got the whole Golden Gate Bridge.
And yeah, obviously it's
Uh,
cheaper and easier to do.
it-
But
yeah, but just I don't know. They GTA 4 was the last that had like three separate towns, which was New York and then New Jersey, and they just I don't know. GTA 5 went a whole complete different direction, which was fine because big map equals more fun, right? But at the same time, like you said, they kind of cut out one of the best parts of their older game. But anyway, so we cut back to Tiffany Stratton, who's talking about her title win, and then Brie Bella's music hits, Paige music hits. They talk about their title victory, and Paige says it's good to be back. And Charlotte and Alexa then come out, and I gotta tell you, I don't know what's going on. WWE's throwing teams together because they need a tag team division. Charlotte and Alexa are not tag team wrestlers. It was fun at first. It's not really fun now.
that is one thing I'll agree with. What that her crazy father said is that she shouldn't be fucking spending time, wasting time with Alexa.
It's kind of played out now. Like I said, it was fun at first because it was different, but yeah, it's not. Claire says if Paige wants to prove it's her house, then she should fight us. I was expecting a handicap match or just saying, hey, she should fight me because Charlotte was in ring gear, but I guess not. Um, they agreed to do it tonight, or well, actually right now, as they said on the show. And then we're going through the match. We almost get the crowd's going crazy for Paige. She almost got tagged in a few times, but didn't. And JCJ and their group, Fatal Influence, attack Paige first, and then everybody else. And I'm confused. The reason I'm confused is because on Raw, the debuts that we had were in matches. This was just an unwarranted assault that did not end in any kind of title match implication or anything like that. They just
It feels like they're doing
came out, yeah,
gimmick with them, basically.
but worse, a lot worse. The when the Shield debuted, it was when they debuted at Survivor Series, it was interesting. It was different. This was just like a random SmackDown attack on like four people just because.
They're the Spirit Squad.
Oh, oh, Kenny. Oh, Kenny still works backstage.
Bring back the Spirit Squad.
I think that we could probably only get Kenny, Nikki, because that's Dolph. And who didn't they have like Mikey on TV a couple years ago too? Remember when someone was in a feud with Dolph and they tried to bring out like the Spirit Squad guys and they got I think Mikey, and that dude was still built as fuck. I think it was Mikey. I don't. Cause Johnny's the one that was always getting his ass kicked by Shawn Michaels. I don't think it was him. But,
that one episode where Shawn Michaels was just super kicking everybody backstage, and Triple H is like, "Did you just kick so and so? That was so and so."
What's your name? Stan. Stan. I just kicked Stan. Just fucking goes on a fucking super kick spree.
He said, "I'm the true RKO to nowhere guy."
Hey, it's no worse than after Raw went off the air, where Triple H was jumping off the middle rope and he got a boot to the face and he like stood up there for like 3 minutes and then was like, "Yeah, I'm good," and then just fell. If you haven't watched it, you can find it on YouTube. It wasn't ever aired. It was just like a thing for the crowd, but I guess the cameras were still rolling. Like it doesn't. It's not like a fan recorded. It actually looks like their cameras. So obviously they had plans to air it. Like probably. I think YouTube was around back then. Maybe they just wanted to air it on their website. But either way, it's on YouTube. But it's funny. It's a funny clip. Moving on before people want to talk too much about Triple H in the comments. He didn't write this show. It's TKO and Hausen. Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring, and I was upset with this because we got a segment on Raw between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and it was good. It was interesting. And CM Punk just said, "Fuck you, Texas," and didn't even decide to show up on SmackDown.
All right.
And
be going after each other potentially now.
Yeah, and this promo wasn't good at all.
It was all right, but it definitely wasn't his best promo.
He basically just came out and said he wanted to send a message to Randy Orton, to Sami Zayn for some reason.
That I get. Sami Zayn's being a little passive-aggressive cunt to Cody for some reason.
Yeah, because of what Sami said to him, but he just basically wanted to send a message to multiple people at WrestleMania, and then Cody says it's easy to find me, but hard to beat me. So are you not in the feud with CM Punk? What's happening? Because now you're basically saying, yeah, I have an open schedule, and you know where to find me, but I'm harder to beat than to find. So
maybe that wasn't just like bash at CM Punk, because then he's like, yeah, come get me, bitch. I'm in SmackDown. Why are you not here?
I mean, maybe, but he literally said, "Hey, name the time and place." So if CM Punk walked out there and was like, "Yeah, I want the next shot," and then he said that, it's kind of, I don't know. I guess like that didn't happen, but
they should have did it like that.
Yeah, like that, kind of defeats the purpose of what happened on Raw, I feel like. But I guess it's a whole different show, so it doesn't matter because it's not what TKO wrote. So it just, even though everybody clearly wants to see CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, but whatever. Then we see MFT in the back, and he tells JC Mateo and Tama Tonga Solo to get the tag titles and do not let the family down. And I don't know why he's targeting Tama Tonga especially, because last time I checked, you need 2 people to win the tag titles. So JC Mateo should also be in the conversation, but he's not. Because Solo is only mean to people that want to question his leadership.
Right. He's big man.
So, yeah. And then Tongaloa says, "Oh, what about Jacob?" And Solo tells him, "Don't worry about him. I'm going to show him that he can't beat Roman without us." And we'll learn later that Solo doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But yeah, it's time for the MFT versus R-Truth and Damian Priest for the WWE Tag Team Championships. This was
nowhere. I don't remember them even earning this match.
I don't remember them earning it either, but like I said, they were just handing out random title. Well, I guess the first match wasn't a random title match. We established that, but this match was random because I watched the WWE Now thing that they post on their YouTube channel. It's usually like the 2-minute like breakdown before the show, and this was not mentioned at all. So
breakdown.
Yeah, this must have just been like a last minute ad. We see Tongaloa, obviously, who's not involved in the match, get involved many times because if you're wearing face paint, that means you're wrestling because that's what we do. But we did not see Tongaloa, or not Tongaloa. The big tall guy, what the hell's his name?
That guy.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, the big dude. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. But we'll get to that later. I actually thought he got released until Solo mentioned him.
Right, they didn't get released with the fucking Y6.
Yeah, we'll get to the releases at the end, but yeah, it's been a crazy day. Truth and Priest retained with a rise up, which I'm pretty sure was literally a flapjack and a little Jimmy put together. If you guys remember little Jimmy the finisher,
I don't.
uh,
But that's funny.
it was
I
based.
did do it.
Yeah, yeah, it was basically like they're like standing like in front, and he literally just like grabs them and then just like jumps down, and they land like face first. He called it the little Jimmy. He did it back in like 2011 when he was like acting like he was like schizophrenic.
Little Jimmy.
Yeah, you remember that, right? When you'd see like this
Yeah.
the little kid everywhere, and he would act like he was with him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nah, little Jimmy.
Then I mean, I think he is. I mean, there was a picture. He had a shirt that said "Little Jimmy," and there was a picture of some little white kid on there. So obviously he was real.
It was John
I'm just
Cena.
saying. I mean, maybe he was. He had a hat on. It could have been John Cena.
John Cena's little Jimmy confirmed.
Well, Ron Cena is John Cena's brother from clearly another mother because he only has pictures with John Cena's dad. So maybe, just maybe, you're correct. Uh, we go back to Dan Hausen in the Miz's house, and this time he's playing virtual golf, and he hits Miz in the balls with the golf club by accident. Right?
Convenient.
Did he say?
Accident.
And then a homeboy steals one of his Slammy awards. And then we see Maurice outside, and the Miz throws dirt or cinnamon or something. And he meant to throw it at Danhausen, but it hits Maurice. And then homeboy, Danhausen, leaves on his daughter's bike.
She's honestly a good sport for always dealing with whatever bullshit they give her.
For real, didn't she like when they were redoing their wedding vows? Did she like get pushed into a cake like 2 weeks ago?
I thought, didn't they drop poop on her in the Miz too?
Yeah, I think that was a while ago though. But yeah, they definitely did that. You're right though. She a good sport. They've been putting her through some BS, and she's a former Divas champion. I'm just saying.
Bring back that I'd be happy for. I would be happy if they brought her back or something like that instead of the Bellas.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they tried it, but the only thing they did was team her up with the Miz, so she wasn't like you never really got to see her wrestler, see how good she like still was. So unfortunately, yeah. But yeah, he steals his Slammy, and we know it's his daughter's bike because Miz literally says, "That's my daughter's bike" as he rides off in the sunset.
No, this is the Hausen bike. Bike Hausen.
Oh, it's a bike Hausen now.
Yes, I have acquired it. It is Bike Hausen.
Bike Hausen, it's very good, very evil.
Very evil, very fast. Basically, bro, I've realized Danhausen is Donald Trump if he had autism. He said, "I'm very
This is
bad, very evil, very good. I love it. It's very evil. It's very
that's fair.
It's
That's fair.
very Hausen, very evil, very cursed.
Very, just very everything.
I love it. I've been told I'm the most evil. I've been told this. I would never say I'm the most evil, but I've been told it many times I'm the most evil.
And then we come to this segment. I don't really know what to call it, but we see Trick Williams, Lil Yachty, and the Gingerbread coming to the ring, and Trick randomly slaps a stagehand to remind us that he's a heel, I guess.
Oh yeah, and the guy in the comment section talking about, oh, the fans are cheering him. He's not a bad guy as he's smacking a fucking cameraman or an official or whoever the fuck he's smacked. Like God.
For literally no reason.
Fans are so stupid sometimes. They don't know anything
Yeah,
about the WWE.
just because someone gets cheered doesn't mean that they're a heel or face. Just saying. Uh,
So if I booed Daniel Bryan during his fucking Yes Movement run, would he be a heel?
no, just because you know.
Like, these fans
Uh,
are stupid as shit, bro.
it's for real. I swear, I can't sometimes. Um, so they come out with a for a celebration, and Lil Yachty said that he's here to stay, and the U.S. Open Challenge ain't happening no more, which the crowd actually boos because why? And he says if you want the U.S. title, you gotta come and find Trick Williams, and he talks about his shoes and his physique and a bunch of other crap that I don't give a shit enough to talk about because I think Trick Williams' lemon pepper stubber crap is annoying.
It's just really overplayed at this point. It was good the first 3 times, but it's like any joke that you make, if you keep fucking just saying the same joke over and over again, it loses any like oomph.
It's not funny. It's kind of just boring.
Realistically, yeah.
Um, so the gingerbread man hits Trick Williams with this candy cane that he has. Like it's a literally cane, but it's made out of candy cane. Well, it's not. It's plastic, I guess. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. Um. So he hits Williams, and then he hits Lil Yachty, and then he takes his head off, and for some reason, it's Sami Zayn. This is the only feud that they continued from WrestleMania, and I don't know why they want Sami Zayn to continue his feud with Trick Williams.
I'm only happy about
I
it because if they're gonna keep this loser little Yachty around, and then I'm glad they're beating the shit out of him and having Sammy potentially go over.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely went over. I mean, he was beating him up, and then he's about to leave, and then he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna give a hula kick to Trick Williams," and he does that, and Sammy just leaves after that. It was, it was, it was good. It was a good segment. I mean, people really don't like Sami Zayn. Like, I don't really get why. I read online that people were saying that he was like Hulk Hogan, and I was like, how?
I
But
don't think that's even kind of accurate. What the fuck?
Homeboy has never won a world title, and Hulk Hogan has won several. But hey, what do fans know, right? Okay.
Almost nothing, seemingly.
We see Royce Keys admiring his Andre the Giant trophy that he won last week, and was it last week? It was last week because it was right before Mania. He says he's just getting started and takes anything he wants, even though clearly Sami Zayn made his claim for the U.S. title literally 2 minutes ago. But maybe he wants something else. Solo tells him that there's always room for him and his family, and he's not Samoan. Solo, stop trying to bring in people that are not part of your family. It doesn't make any sense. And then we come to Dan Hausen versus The Miz. Homeboy comes out in the Hausen mobile, and there was a lady in the front row that threw like $3 in his car, and Wade Barrett was having like a heart attack about it. I don't know if you saw that. It's kind of funny.
Right.
He wrote his name on a piece of tape and put it on the Slimey. So the Slimey now just says Danhausen with a giant piece of tape on it.
It's Slamhausen. Slammyhausen.
Slammyhausen. That's what you know what? When they do the Slammies this year, if they bring them back, then Slammyhausen has to be the name of it. And Danhausen must host it. And every time someone gets a Slammy, when they do their speech, he just has to disappear.
Right.
Okay. So the match was very short. He sat up like the Undertaker, and it was funny. He curses the Miz while the Miz and Kit were taunting on the apron, and they got hit with fireworks. And 10,000 hits a roll up, and he beats the Miz. And then he runs under the ring. Miz follows. Danhausen jumps over Kit, but Miz runs into him, knocking each other down. allowing Danhausen to escape in the Hausen mobile. I mean, what can you say? It's perfect. It's fun because while he is a wrestler and yes, he's getting TV time, he's still being that comedic like relief character because R-Truth with Damian Priest kind of has Damian Priest to balance him out and not make it as funny because Damian Priest is like very serious.
Right.
So we have Danhausen to be like, yeah, I'm the fun guy and I work with the Miz who obviously likes the comedy because he's been the butt of like all the jokes all the time. And it's fun. I like it. And if you don't like it and you say, it's not wrestling, wrestling has comedy. Look it up.
Well, it's literally carny shit. It literally came from carnivals, like with clowns. So yeah.
Yeah. And there's not one wrestling promotion that you can tell me that does not have a comic relief character or some kind of comedy every week. And if you say that I'm wrong, well, Danhausen came from AEW, so
I was gonna say AEW is in and of itself a comedy every week because it's all a joke.
I heard Edge and Christian were putting their careers on the line for the AEW tag titles, and they're probably retiring. But what do I know?
I'm surprised they haven't fucking retired. They have titles right now? What the fuck?
No, they're putting their careers on the line for the titles that are held by. I don't know the AEW tag teams. I don't know who has it.
Fucking Matt Hardy, I'm pretty sure. They're also the TNA tag title holders.
Wait, TNA also has the deal with AEW?
I'm not sure. But I do know that them in 3D just did
a
match or whatever.
Yeah, because the Hardy Boys are being put in the WWE game this year, so I'm confused.
Oh, then maybe not. But I do know that they were holding multiple tag titles, so it looked like they were.
Maybe they lost them and you just missed it because I mean I know you haven't been following it like you.
Yeah, I don't follow them.
We were talking about the other day, so maybe they lost them and that's somebody else now. I don't know. I just read it online. It could be wrong.
They were in AEW recently, right?
Yeah, they definitely were. But they've been back in TNA now, I think.
All right. Well then, fuck it. That's probably more like accurate.
Rhea Ripley comes down to the ring and she says it's time for her to prove herself as a fighting champion. So she basically offers an open challenge. I don't know why they had such a hard on for tag or for title matches tonight. I really don't. But this was like the fourth one because while I don't think the tag team match between Brie Bella, Paige, and Flair and Bliss was, but Wade Barrett said it was, so I guess it was. I don't know. But Fatal Influence comes to the ring, and the crowd boos JC Jane for I don't know 5 minutes straight. It was funny. I was actually. I mean,
such a fat ass. No. It's like I want to like you. Your butt tells me I should like you.
Your face tells me a different story.
Nah, she's pretty, but not like hot. She's like Rhea Ripley. She's ugly pretty.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't care what anybody says. Rhea Ripley. You know the guy who came out and did her live performance that one time, Chris Motionless?
Yeah.
She looks like him. They look like siblings. She looks like him if he grew tits.
Fair enough. I can't say you're wrong because you're not.
Like if I pulled up a side by side right now, like maybe if I gets good at editing, I'll add it into the video or something. But just like put up a picture of them together next to each other, like they're siblings. That or Chris Motionless went trans and joined the WWE.
Just never change back.
Girl now, I'm Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, by the way, Cody Rhodes said in his promo that Randy Orton wasn't there, so bad day to buy this shirt, but who cares? Anyway, JC Jane says that we should thank them for taking out the legends earlier. The only legend what was in there was Brie Bella. Because they're all, yeah, I don't know. Confused, but Rhea says you should stop while you're ahead, and they say what we did to them is nothing compared to what we're about to do to you. Like you alluded to, they're trying to be the shield, but it's just not working. Rhea says she's ready for a fight, and JC says we're always ready. Well, yeah, when it's 3-on-1, I'd always be ready too. Okay, because that just makes your job easier.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, yes. You know, Nick Aldis comes out and announces that JC Jane will be taking on Rhea Ripley in a non-title match because he didn't say it was for the title. And even if it was, it got ruined because Rhea Ripley was going for Riptide and got attacked by them. And at this point, I'm thinking, hey, Io Sky's no, she's not coming out. She didn't come out at all. She just, Rhea got her ass handed to her, almost literally on a platter. And we got a, what?
They said, yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
And we got a weird, heated interaction backstage between Flair and Rhea about their common problem, fatal influence, in the trainer's room.
Mm-hmm. And then
Why?
Flair's mad at her, which I didn't really get.
Yeah, I was like, why are they mad at each other? They have the same enemy. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of you. If you add Bliss, what's the problem?
Also,
why are you not?
What did she actually do that upset you? I don't know what caused the upset part.
Exactly. You guys should be teaming up. There's 3 of you. There's 3 of them. They attacked you. You're angry.
She hasn't even feuded
why is
her recently, so I genuinely don't know why they're upset.
Exactly. And you know what? I know they're going to pull some crap next week and be like, hey, let's get together, even though I don't like you and you don't like me, but we have Bliss here and she's the what do they call it? She's the peacemaker. Yeah. So let's team up and fight them because last week didn't matter. That didn't happen. No. I don't want it. No. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, main event time. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. Right before this match, Fatu told the Usos, I don't want your help, and they showed up on the top of the ramp anyway. While that distracted Fatu for some reason, they never came to the ring for the remainder of the match. The MFT got involved a shit ton of times, more times than I remembered to count, because they lost in the title match, so they had to prove to Solo that they were still good. I don't know. Fatu was able to stay alive in the match, though, with all the annoying interferences, and Fatu actually won this match, and then he was getting assaulted by the MFT. The Usos come down to the ring, presumably to help. They get up on the apron, but freaking Fatu just starts swinging on them all with chairs. He said, yeah, he just beat the MFT with chairs while the Usos just stood there and watched.
Yeah, and then that goes to show, like, hey, I don't actually need an army. I am the army, bitch.
Homeboy is Tony Montana. Okay, he's the army himself. He put Tongaloa through the announce table for no reason. Come on. Well, I mean, not for no reason, but he still did it. And that was fun. That was good. I enjoyed watching Jacob Fatu destroy members of his family.
Completely unrelated. I don't care what anybody says. Sami Zayn did the right thing. And he's no longer going to have a heel turn because he's the best face in the company now for beating the fuck out of those losers.
I mean, I don't think everybody would agree. The crowd seemed to really enjoy Trick Williams. I mean, I agree with you because I don't like Trick Williams. I think he's annoying.
I understand why they
He's really not that good in the ring either. I don't. You know what? He's just the new flavor of the week. Someone new is gonna come in eventually and challenge for the title, and they're gonna like that person better. And he's gonna be like, "Oh, y'all were all cheering me when I was fighting Sami Zayn, talking about my damn lemon pepper steppers, and now you guys don't like me no more." Whoa,
This may
sorry, Trick.
come off the wrong way, but I feel like his gimmick is literally I'm a black guy, but turned up slightly. That's like his whole gimmick. It has nothing to do with like an actual gimmick. Like Cody Rhodes is playing the American Nightmare. Rhea Ripley's playing some like rocker goth chick, and he's like, I'm just
Randy,
your average everyday black guy, but like just
yeah,
more
like
exciting.
everybody else has the gimmick, and then there's just
He's just
that.
him. He's just literally him. And I don't personally enjoy like non-gimmick gimmicks as much as I enjoy obviously gimmicks, but that's just me.
Yeah,
It's like if John
I,
Cena wasn't the hustle, loyalty, respect guy, would anybody really care about him?
if he wasn't Vanilla Ice before he was that, he
Right.
wouldn't even have a job.
Would anyone care about
Okay.
Hausen if he wasn't wearing makeup and talking funny?
Would Would anyone care about Randy Orton if he didn't act like a psycho sometimes and just start hearing voices in his head?
I also would say that's part of why people don't like Sami Zayn. He has no gimmick. His gimmick is just being an average fucking white Canadian.
Remember when he first joined the company and he really had no gimmick and he would literally just come out and wave to people?
That's basically what he's doing now. His
I mean,
gimmick
yeah,
is
but
I'm a
it's just
Canadian
worked.
guy who has a funny intro music.
He needs Kevin Owens back in his life. That's what he needs.
This is fair.
And I'm sad to say it because I know he has a neck injury, and neck injuries lately have resulted in not good things. Piper Niven and Kevin Owens, and
Oh, is that why
it's
she's
just
been off TV?
yeah, she broke her. I don't know if she broke her neck, but she fucked it up.
That big,
She definitely fucked.
that chunky British chick or Scottish or whatever she is.
I believe she's Scottish. I don't know.
Scottish lass.
Before we get to our ratings, we were talking about releases earlier, so I just want to go over the main ones. We had Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, all the members of the Wyatt Six, Kyrie Sane, and Motor City Machine Guns, Apollo Crews, Santos Escobar, Zoe Stark, and Alba Fire.
Motor City Machine Guns I don't get because they also what's her name, Kyrie Zane, because they were all in the middle of building a feud.
Yeah, didn't the Motor City Machine Guns just wrestle a few weeks ago, and they were in the middle of like, well, not in the middle, but like starting to build a feud with Los Garza, was it? I think it
Well,
was Los
that and they
Garza.
were building seemingly the what's his name, Johnny Gargano shit with them as well. So I guess they're not doing
Bro,
that anymore. Cause I guess he's in NXT now, so it doesn't even matter.
funny as fuck. This dude's partner gets released. He turns into the press sack. Doesn't do shit,
Of all
and they're
things,
just
he
like,
doesn't get fired.
don't release him. Yeah, no, don't release him. But Kyrie Sane, who's in a rivalry with Io Sky, and also had this thing going with Asuka that we've been building up for like a year. Yeah, go ahead and release her.
And people genuinely seem to like her too, which is the more annoying part.
I like, I was so happy because I know that EO was getting to her, so I know that she was getting closer to like snapping, and I really wanted to see how far she would take like her snapping on Asuka, and they
Yeah, I was
released her.
looking forward to that heel turn, admittedly.
Well, even if it was a face turn, because
Or a
Asuka's
face turn, yeah,
a heel, but like
turning
still
on
like
her friend is more what I mean. Oh shoot.
yeah, turning on a friend, yeah, but like I know we were so close. I know that we were so close. Like it could have culminated at Backlash. Like I felt like that's how close we were, and they were just like, no, no.
And then somehow
And
Punk will
what's
probably still be blamed for all this.
yeah, I know, and it wasn't even him. It was TKO. And what's funny to me is that the first ones that were released were Nikki Cross, Bo Dallas, and Joe Gacy. So
They knew as soon as those were released, they're like, okay, the rest of us are getting released now.
Yeah, and then after that, it was the rest of them: Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, and then next time I looked, it had all these names on it. There was a bunch of NXT stars on there too, and I'm not gonna name them because I don't want to say their names wrong,
And those are
and
fans. They
possibly,
don't count.
yeah, and I don't watch it, so it doesn't really make sense to me. But the people I named were the people from the main roster that I would know, and if you only watch the main roster, you would know. So
Okay.
that's where we're at.
Only watch main roster.
Yeah.
What are you really doing? No, I'm just kidding.
Santos Escobar and Zoe Stark, I believe, were actually still injured. Um, and because Chelsea Green is injured, they really had no reason for Alba Fire to be there. So they just let her go as well. And the Wyatt Six, they just, I guess, wanted them to finish up that long and terrible rivalry that they had with the MFT for, I don't know
I
why.
kind of get it though. They were carrying around a dead corpse of a gimmick. That shit was bounded to fail. It's just unfortunate that they didn't have the creative direction to really do anything with it.
I know it probably, a lot of people probably would have hated it, but like, if they use some like, I don't know, if they use like Bray Wyatt's like voice and like some promos, like to act as like to serve as like a gimmick for Uncle Howdy, like the spirit of him or something. But instead, they just took the name and they were just like, "Yep, this is the name of our group. We're gonna do absolutely nothing with the name." Yeah, and like I said, I know a lot of people would have hated it and they would have got hate for it, but you have to get creative when you're in situations with that, with a team that has so much potential and you don't know what to do with them.
There's just a random Tesla parked outside my house. I'm gonna get murdered by Elon Musk.
I mean, I will avenge you if you do. I'm not gonna lie.
I swear, I don't drive Teslas. If I die in a Tesla, it wasn't me.
I don't drive Teslas either. Oh, and also Dan Hausen at his house, he saw his Cybertruck. What did he call it?
Um, fucking, what did he call it? That shit was funny. He said, "Oh,
He called it like a
or
spaceship
something."
or something.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, a spaceship, and then he just rode the freaking bike away. It was funny. Um, what would you give the rating for SmackDown?
Probably like I want to say a 6.5. It wasn't bad, but it was about medium.
And again, this was the SmackDown after Russell. The best shows of the year are supposed to be the Raw and SmackDowns after WrestleMania, and they've been the worst of the year.
Nobody told 2KO that, I guess.
Well, I saw so many comments today still blaming Triple H, and I'm like, do you guys not read news?
They just like getting off on hating Triple H. All of them heard a story that he's a bad guy, and now they just want to hate him.
Why do we hate Triple H?
Because
I don't get
the
it.
same reason when people pretend to hate John Cena. He held people back in their career and blah blah blah. I'm like, good. You want to know what gets you to the top in the WWE? Worrying about your goddamn self first.
Which is funny because literally your number one goal, the number one rule is to protect your opponent. So
But
we don't we don't
yeah,
believe in that though. No, no.
in the ring, but not in promos, not in
Yeah, no.
like backstage interactions. You should bury your opponent. Everyone who says, "Well, no, you want to make both people look strong," if you want the other person to succeed. But if the difference between you getting a championship and you not getting a championship is that person looks like shit, I'm choosing making the other person look like shit so that I can get the fucking championship.
And just so you guys know, TKO wrote night one of WrestleMania, and Triple H and his team wrote night two. And if you thought night one was better, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with your brain. But
Also, if you think Triple H is a power-hungry asshole and you don't hate Randy Orton for the same reason, you're an idiot. Because Randy Orton literally got Mr. Kennedy fired for botching one move.
and almost killed Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
He RKO'd him on top of his head because Kofi moved the wrong way and then yelled stupid at him about 4 times. And he was legitimately angry.
Yeah, and Randy Orton is
But we
actively
don't
using
talk about
politics
this.
to hold people back and get them fired openly and proudly, and none of you have
Triple
mentioned
H
that.
Triple H never got anyone fired. He only wanted to fuck a dead body and throw out the hurricane. That's it.
And
That's all
everybody
he
thought it
wanted to
was
do.
funny. And I'm gonna be real. You know what? He may have buried talent, but good. If you can get buried by your opponent, you don't deserve the spot. You can't bury John Cena. You never could. Even if you tried, you could have been Triple H at his peak and when John Cena was first coming in. And since John Cena was just that good in the ring and on the mic, there was no burying this guy.
I think that's why they were on separate shows, because they wanted Triple H to have like this monster heel run where he was like the top guy. But they knew that John Cena was up and coming, so they were like, "Yeah, you stay on SmackDown. We're gonna keep Triple H on Raw."
But yeah, you can't bury Shawn Michaels. He would just kill the show. He would make himself famous.
Yeah.
He'd say, "Fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway."
If, listen, if Shawn loses his smile, it's over. Doesn't matter.
Well, that's why I'm
I
like, I
don't. I
don't
don't.
believe in burying, bro. The burying only happens when you take the philosophy of these dumbass fans, where it's like, "I'm gonna be the nice guy in a business, bro." It's business. It's a cutthroat
It's
business at that.
yeah, yeah. You can't be a child and be nice and
Right. In an ideal world where everybody gives hugs and kisses and everything is beautiful, like, yeah, we could live like that. But that's also why WWE sucks now, is because everybody's all nice to each other.
yeah. It's not. I mean, it's never gonna be like
Bring back the real
I
hate.
get.
Bring back the
I
non fucking, like, bring back the actual kayfabe hate. Fucking real backstage hate.
yeah, for real. Like I get it. Like everyone wants to talk about the Attitude Era, this, that, the next thing. It's dead. It's not coming back. Okay.
But even the ruthless aggression era, bring that back.
Yeah. If the Ruthless Aggression Era, in my opinion, was maybe better than the Attitude Era.
Right. I think more consistently through the whole product it was like, granted, you had better stars maybe in terms of like Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels, Undertaker, Stone Cold, but all of those people were also in the ruthless aggression era, so it really didn't lose anything because they were all in that era too.
And honestly, I felt like because I mean Sean was out with that back injury, you can't really help that. But I felt like
True, he missed
those
the
big
Attitude Era
star,
hard.
yeah, those big stars besides Stone Cold and The Rock, they were more active in the Ruthless Aggression Era than they were in the Attitude Era. Like the
Yeah, Shawn.
Undertaker, Triple H.
Shawn found
Uh,
himself again in the ruthless aggression era. I feel like.
yep. Because when he came back for the back injury, we had already moved on to that era. Kurt Angle,
Oh
like all
God,
these guys were so more like active and had better matches in the Ruthless Aggression Era
there's
than the
nobody
Attitude
better
Era.
than Kurt Angle, especially with the line he said to Rey Mysterio, "You're a boy in a man's world, and I'm a
Yep.
man who likes to play with boys." Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Shut up.
Dude, Kurt Angle was such a creep. He literally wanted to sleep with Booker T's wife.
I mean, who won it? She was so hot.
I mean, yeah, I know. But still, like, bro.
Give me that cinnamon right now. Give me the brown sugar now. I need caramel.
Shermels, yeah. I mean, but like, these guys were so, because who's the one name that you always hear when people talk about the Attitude Era? You always hear Stone Cold. That's it.
But he was in the Ruthless Aggression era too, and he actually did more cool shit because that was when he started like doing the beard trucks, or not just that, but he used that was the inspiration for like Kurt Angle's fucking milk truck thing with when he just sprayed
Yep.
him down with the milk, or got sprayed down with milk, or whichever word I can't fully remember right now, but
Or when Stone Cold had the beers and he rode the freaking commentary chair down the ramp and crashed it and almost like died.
and there's nothing better than Chris Jericho in the Ruthless Aggression era. I
Uh,
don't care what anybody says.
Chris Jericho.
Edge, Christian, all peaked in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yep. John Cena. We had just had such big stars. Batista.
The OVW era really was fucking popping.
It was just, oh man, what a time to just,
Rob Van Dam.
you know, Rob Van Dam, yes, Kane.
Bro,
Kane really peaked. He really peaked in the Ruthless Aggression Era, like the beginning.
I honestly think when people think of Attitude Era, they're actually thinking of Ruthless Aggression Era. If I'm being honest, they just are so close to each other that people don't really notice that they're thinking of the other one.
Yeah, Kane was only WWE champion for a day, and then in 2011 he was World Heavyweight Champion for actually a reasonable amount of time for somebody of his stature.
I think most of the fans are like Pat McAfee, where they're talking about Randy Orton's bringing back the Attitude Era, when in actuality he was never in the Attitude Era.
You know what? When I first read that, I was like, who wrote this? Who said this?
The internet fans that don't know the difference between the two eras.
Get the F Out, which was the end of the Attitude Era, happened in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton debuted in 2002, 2003.
Yep, bro.
Where?
Like Cody said, watching fucking Attitude Era in college.
Yeah, so explain to me how he's bringing back something he was never a part of. Oh, wait.
Because
Exactly, because
energy or something stupid.
okay, because he beat somebody up and made them bleed, that automatically means that the Attitude Era is coming back. We had more blood in the Ruthless Aggression Era than we did in the Attitude Era. May I remind you? What?
Unless it was Mick Foley.
Unless it was Mick Foley, yeah.
He's the exception. But it was
but either way,
be like that back in the day.
But either way, his matches with Randy Orton, which were some of the most brutal besides his matches with Triple H, were in the Ruthless Aggression Era.
That's a good point, honestly.
So,
unless we're talking The Rock when he fucking bashed him half to death with a steel chair.
Oh yeah, or when Undertaker threw him off the top of the cell.
Right, and then put him through the thing again, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he put him through the top of the cage and then like through the ring. Just, yeah.
I'm gonna actually try to kill you. Vince McMahon doesn't like you, and he didn't tell you that I'm gonna do this, but I'm actually gonna attempt to kill you tonight.
Don't remember when he tried to set Edge on fire because.
Oh yeah, that was Attitude or Ruthless Aggression Era.
Yep. I don't know. I forget what Edge did, but Undertaker, I remember, told him backstage in an interview that was not aired because he actually said it to him. He said, "I'm gonna hurt you," and he chokeslammed Edge to the ring, lit that shit on fire, and we didn't see Edge for about 3 months.
Or when Edge speared Foley through the flaming table.
Yep, that was WrestleMania 22.
That's what people are thinking of when they think of Attitude Era. I'm positive because that's when all that shit was happening, and that's the main things that people talk about or remember, I feel like. So I'm pretty positive all these fans are just too dumb to know the difference between 1995 and 2002.
Or what about in 2005 when John Cena gave the FU to Edge off the ladder through like 4 tables?
Right. I remember I had his 3 disc DVD, and that was one of the matches on there. Fucking amazing match.
That match was good. And the promos between John Cena and Lita could have been Attitude Era level stuff. Like I saw one earlier where she was like, "Screw you, John," and he's like, "I don't have $10." I mean,
actually,
like, yeah, 5 would have been better, but I guess like 10 kind of just rolled off the tongue easier because he had to like come up with something quick. I don't know.
No,
anyway,
her and she's like, "I'm actually way cheaper, John." Gosh.
I mean, listen, and you know what? Edge and Lita had sex in the ring, and we saw boobies, and that was not Attitude Era.
I wonder
Just
if
saying.
Edge actually penetrated at all.
I don't know because Ric Flair came out and he was ready. He was humping as he came down the ring. He was ready, and then he got concertoed by a chair on the table.
Oh, that's another thing that happened in Ruthless Era too. Ric Flair getting ripped open every other fucking night.
Bro, you remember in like 2007? Was it 2007? No, it was like more like 2000. It was like late 2005 when Triple H turned on Ric Flair and he hit him with the sledgehammer, and Homeboy just went in with that sledgehammer, and Ric Flair was just bloody mess.
That's one thing I'll never understand why people hate Triple H. I'm like, you want to know why he was the best and why I don't care if he stepped on other people to get there? Because he was so goddamn good on every level that even if he did it like hook or crook type shit, he still deserved it because he was that dude.
And hey, guys, he lost the unsanctioned match with Shawn Michaels in 2002, but he tried to cripple him after. But I think we all forget that he lost that match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
he did.
saying.
But that's the thing. That's why Randy Orton is brutal as he is, because he learned from Triple H. People talk about Randy being brutal. This man took a sledgehammer to Shawn's back because he lost. He literally said, "I'm gonna fucking cripple you and put you in a fucking wheelchair, my best friend of fucking 10 years."
And I'm pretty sure if you watch SummerSlam '02 and you watch that match, I'm pretty sure the top of the sledgehammer snapped off when you hit him in the back.
Not only that, this wasn't even
So
for a title at the time. I don't think this was just a feud.
no, no,
This was
yeah,
just
he this was when he came back from his back injury. They were gonna redo DX, but he pedigreed him instead, and then smashed his head through a car window.
he's basically like, "You're holding me back, old man. I don't want to be a fucking tag team anymore."
Yes, he smashed his head through the car window in the ruthless aggression era.
Yeah, that might
And
be the real
then
reason why this man has a lazy eye. I know they had to
I
cover
don't
that up
know.
because I know the Chris Jericho thing was fake, and they used that as a way to explain like why his eye was like the way it is, because it started getting worse as he got older.
Mm. And I
Um,
probably don't need to say this, but that match that you all talk about, Triple H or Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, yeah, that was ruthless regression era.
what's
That
the guy's
was.
name with the blonde hair that does the breakdowns and reviews? That former wrestler guy, Steven Richards, I think. He made a
Hmm.
good point about how Cody Rhodes' eye may end up the same way that Shawn Michaels' eye did, because he fucking broke his orbital with that punt, and so like
Bro,
he could get a lazy eye. Yeah, poor Cody,
was it
who's known for the handsome
was it
looks of
the
Shawn.
uh, when they re-showed the clip? Was it the punt that did it, or was it the title shot that did it? Because
Oh, it was
he
the
hit him on
punt.
the same. He hit him on the same like spot with the belt as well.
Nah, I'll show you. I'll send you a picture of him after the event. You can see Randy Orton's shoelaces in his fucking head.
Oh shit! Damn,
Literally like a
that's crazy.
dent's on his fucking side of his face where he got kicked. And then Steven Richards was breaking down the video. He slow mode it like 1,000 times just to like show exactly where it hit. And yeah, no, Randy full force like bam hit him with his foot.
And haters will say, "Oh, the black guy's makeup." Haters will say,
Yeah, no.
"Don't
It's what I
believe,
was
don't
explaining to
believe
my
it."
friends. Wrestling is predetermined and mostly fake. But just like stunt work, it's all fake until it's not fake anymore, and that's why stuntmen die a lot.
And for you people that say it's fake, I want to see you jump off a top rope and fake that. Somebody jumps on you. I want you
I
to
don't
you
know,
fake
yeah.
that.
Especially for old school wrestlers, and technically still today because people are still crazy, but more for the old school when like kayfabe was still alive. Um, People literally got stabbed, shot, and killed for winning titles, turning heel,
Hmm.
anything like that. And so to call it fake is a disrespectful thing to people who potentially have lost their friends for simply winning a title or losing a title, and they got killed for it because the people didn't like it. Especially like Mexican wrestlers in Mexico, people take that shit fucking seriously.
Yeah, they do, and you used to be able to throw your trash and shit in the ring,
When Kurt
like
Angle
just
was doing his anti-Mexican thing in Mexico or whatever, he was talking about how he was worried he was going to get killed on the way out or whatever. Same with JBL.
yeah,
He said that
yep,
shit about
JBL,
Mexico, and then he was in like Austin, Texas, or something, or like somewhere where there's a lot of Mexican people in America, and he was like worried about leaving. They had to give him security and shit.
yeah. I remember he was talking about that. But if you want to see a good imitation of that, watch Hulk Hogan's heel turn in WCW, and watch the items that are thrown in the ring.
Or the
It's crazy.
ECW match where they all just took their chairs from their fucking seats and just threw it in the ring and dogpiled it on top of Mick Foley, I believe it was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I don't remember it, but I saw the clip.
I saw it when I was a
Um,
kid, and I had a memory of it ever since because I didn't know that that was ECW because I wasn't fully like I was a kid still, so my brain wasn't fully functioning yet, and like
yeah.
I thought I
Well,
was like misremembering it. I thought I had dreamt it or something, and then I seen it in the CM Punk playthrough on the new 2K game, and I was like, oh fuck, that did really happen.
yeah. I mean, we were kids. We were really young in 2001 when the two companies got bought out.
But that was before
But
it got bought out. That was in ECW.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I know it was before it got bought out, so I was gonna say it's crazy what our brains can like retain.
I was probably a little
Like,
older than 5 if I did see it. And so, like, the fact that my brain was able to. That's how much of a core memory it was, just seeing. Because I'd never seen something like that before. Fans just literally throwing their fucking chairs. And that wasn't planned. They didn't expect anything like that. Dude, you could have died, like, getting that many chairs thrown at you.
that was like with the John Cena shirt at One Night Stand '06 when they kept throwing it back.
Bro, and they
Like,
were
no, no,
serious. If he won,
no.
they were going to riot.
Yeah, nobody expected that, and I honestly, I feel like John Cena was booked to win that match, and then like they saw how crazy people were for like RVD, and they were like, yeah, change that fucking result because
That was
New
the
York
start.
City is gonna burn down.
I think that might have been the start of when people started to hate Cena, Loki. That was like the slow ball that started rolling.
I think so. Yeah, I honestly think so.
They made it seem cool to not like this dude.
But it's like let's be like WCW. All right. Well, anyway, before we get too carried away with this on here, I think we're gonna end it here.
Right, right. If you guys
Give
enjoyed, leave a like or subscribe and let us know what you think.
Let us know your favorite part of the ruthless aggression era. If you don't know the years, please look it up. I believe it was like 2001 to like 2019.
Let me see.
I want to say. I can't remember when the PG era started.
It started June 24th, 2002 and ended in July 22nd, 2008 when WWE officially transitioned over to TV PG rating.
2008, but they were still doing.
It was
I feel like they were still.
I think.
Yeah, they were still doing like really crazy stuff. Like
That
that's
was
crazy
the
that it was.
official, like, end of it, but I would say maybe give it to 2010 before it officially fully like went into play.
I mean, wasn't 2011 when Randy Orton DDT'd Stephanie and then made out with her while Triple H was
2011, I think,
handcuffed to the rope?
2013 is also when John Cena was being hated. So I would say that a year or two before that was when the PG era was like truly in effect.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I don't know why I said 2019. I just felt like it lasted longer. Maybe I'm just biased.
It got way worse after 2013, and that's when I think the true end of the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
Really, or I mean, yeah, Ruthless Aggression era like fully died. But I think it's like now where you still have dudes from that era and they're allowed to do what they want because they're from that era.
The only reason they went PG in the first place was because of Linda McMahon, but they still didn't even really go fully PG. So I don't.
Bitch. She's just like Obama's wife, going out ruining everything just because she's the fucking like VP. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Why is it every time someone's wife gets involved in a business that they shouldn't be involved in, that they end up ruining everything?
I mean, you don't see that happening with Stephanie. She literally stepped down because she was like, I don't want to fuck it up.
She stepped out the way as a good wife should. Let your husband lead if you're gonna let him lead. But just like
exactly.
Fucking Michelle Obama ruining our goddamn school lunches.
Yeah. Fucking healthy.
Stupid bitch.
Sweet potato fries are not good.
Fuck that man lady bitch. Broad shouldered ass. Pegging Obama.
Oh no, I'm dying. All right, guys.
Bend over. Okay. Don't.
That's a good. That's a good.
American.
That's a good Obama impression. I appreciate that.
My American people, if I may address you today, I do in fact enjoy being pegged by my wife Michelle, otherwise known as Michael.
Michelle, Michael. All right. Leave that like, guys. Comment on this. Let us know your favorite part of, like I said, Ruthless Aggression era, and yeah.
And if you like my Danhausen Trump impersonation and my Obama impersonation, let me know.
Leave one like is a like for each of those.
It's give us a like Hausen, please like Hausen us. We are Dan.
Like Hausen.
We are fan
Likes are very good and not very evil.
Give Give a like Hausen to a fan Hausen. Be evil.
And with that, deuces.
Peace out.